Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of the Las Vegas Advisor Weekly Update with Anthony and Andrew. Today is Saturday, February 3rd, moving into the second month of this new year, this 2024, and the big news is Tropicana.
Tropicana is going to close. Everybody's been wondering what's going to happen with the baseball. You know, they're supposedly they're going to get the Oakland A's will become the Vegas A's. They're going to build a stadium right there on space, and Tropicana has to close at some point for them to do that.
Right.
I believe it's going to come back. You know, they're going to try to build around it and whatever, but they say they're going to close on April 2nd.
Right.
And this is this is something because the Tropicana has been running. I mean, it's one of the last ones that just never changed and was always open. It opened on April 4th, 1957.
Wow.
That's a couple months before I was born.
Okay. All right. So then it's never closed.
No. And I mean, it's been there on the south end of the strip for all these years. Everything around it has changed. And now they're talking about, an implosion.
Okay.
They're saying they're gonna take it down. They're gonna take it down and then they're gonna rebuild around it. But I haven't seen any kind of plans for that. I don't know what the deal is.
Well, now I thought they were definitely going to preserve some aspects of it, like some of the older stuff that's more iconic.
They don't know.
Okay.
They can't make up their mind what they're going to do.
Okay.
And what's crazy about this is that if you really watch this closely, as I do, because I wanted them to build a stadium closer to our office,
Right.
for selfish reasons, for the real estate value and all of that for us. So I watch it closely. I would love to see it at the Rio, but they're still saying that's a possibility.
Really?
Yeah, they're saying the Oakland move in general is not a done deal yet. And the Oakland move, if they do come to Vegas for sure, that they will go to the Trop is not a done deal yet.
So that means there's no set date for, construction.
No. And I mean, everybody's still waiting to see what's going to happen, but they're sure acting at the Trop. The Bally's Corporation owns it. They are acting like it's a done deal.
Okay.
And they say they're closing, on April 2nd. So it's, when you think back to, you said it opened in 1957. Interesting, how it corresponds to now. The guy who was behind it, the guy who essentially built it, one of the owners, and the guy whose vision it was a guy named Ben Jaffe.
Okay.
And he was a part owner of Fontainebleau in Miami.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay.
How strange is that, right? With the Fontainebleau having just opened here on the Strip.
Yeah.
And now this place is going to close, and it goes all the way back with its roots way back in the Miami Fontainebleau, just like the newest place in Vegas.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. And it ran through, over the years, there were so many different things. The mob was involved. There were skims. This place was really known for its entertainment. Folie Bergère, one of the longest running and greatest production shows.
We talked about that on the show once before. Yeah.
Right. And, people don't know this, but Siegfried and Roy started there.
Yeah, I didn't know that. You told me that as an aside, and I thought they were at the Mirage.
No, well, they went, before the Mirage, they came from the Frontier. And before the Frontier, they came from the Tropicana.
Wow.
They were a part of Folie Bergère.
Okay.
And, also a part of Folie Bergère was Lance Burton.
Really?
Yeah. One of the greatest, close-up magicians we've ever had here in Vegas. And he was a side act in Folie Bergère until he got his own theater there and the whole thing. So, they're the first ones to have swim-up blackjack.
That's cool. Can we bring that back, please, somebody?
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
And they had these warmers and stuff because people would get their money wet.
Yeah.
So they had these warmers and they stick the bills in there to make them good and all that.
That's hilarious.
They had the girls and guys in their, the girls in their swimsuits and guys, I was going to say girls and guys in their bikinis, but anyway, the girls and then the guys in their swimsuits.
Yeah.
And they would, they'd be the dealers.
Uh-huh.
And it was great. A few other places kind of, copied them for a while. But, there's just a lot of things. They had the Ultimate Showgirl contest. I used to play tournaments there. I mean, I just got a lot of history.
Well, tell us about some of your early memories of the Trop when you moved here.
Well, the main thing about the Trop for me was my folks my brother and I and my mom and dad would always travel. Every year we would drive across country from Michigan, and we would go to L.A. That's where we were going, is to go to the beach. But we would always stop and spend a day or two in Vegas, and we would stay at the Trop.
Okay.
And they would go, and they had a place where we could set up and watch them play slot machines at the Trop. My parents were playing slot machines. What the hell?
That's pretty cool.
No video poker back then, So, but yeah, I do remember a lot of great things about the Tropicana. I'll be sorry to see it go away.
All right. Well, we'll keep you posted over the next 8 weeks as as it continues to unfold.
You know what I want to do? I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to bring, Deke's going to be visiting in a week. And I want to shoot a show with Deke Castleman, who is, one of the top historians about Vegas and Nevada in the world.
Right.
And Deke will know all about this background of the Trop and all, and we'll do a quickie on the Trop as well.
That sounds great. So we've been talking about the potential culinary strike here in Las Vegas as it gets closer to the Super Bowl. It seems everything has been resolved except for a few casinos.
All but 3.
Okay.
All right, so agreements are in place for almost all of them. The only 3 that still do not have agreements as we shoot this right now, and who knows? I mean, there's been about 5 or 6 in the last couple of days. The only 3 without agreements are Virgin, off the Strip, right, over by the airport, and 2 downtown places, Golden Nugget and Downtown Grand.
Okay.
Our favorite Downtown Grand. They're still butting heads over there. So I don't know. They moved the deadline of the strike. I think it was supposed to start today, yesterday. I think it was supposed to start yesterday, and they moved it to Monday. And hopefully they get it straightened out, and that'll be the end of it for another 5 years.
All right. Well, I really do like my $14.99 prime rib dinner over at the Downtown Grand. So work it out, guys.
Oh yeah. I mean, what if it goes to next Thursday and we're going to have to deal with the picket line?
I know that would be really annoying.
It's like. With the smaller casinos, they have a hard time matching the deals of the bigger casinos, and I think that's what the union wants.
Okay.
So hopefully it all gets settled. Everyone will be happy. For another 5 years apiece, that would be great.
All right. So 8 days to the Super Bowl. What's the line, Anthony?
Right now, 49ers favored, minus 2 over Kansas City Chiefs.
That's pretty close.
The line, it was pick 'em for a while. Then it moved. It's been moving back and forth between Pick'em and 2. Now the 49ers are on top again, minus 2. The total is 47.5.
Okay.
The town's going nuts, getting ready for it.
Yes, it's very exciting here in Las Vegas right now. Even
everybody's talking about where do you go? Where do you go? Where do you go to watch? It's like it doesn't matter.
No,
I mean there's going to be a party everywhere.
Yeah.
What we're doing, Andrew, is we started a blog, a Super Bowl blog at LasVegasAdvisor.com.
Okay.
And, it's a members, it's paywalled. It's a members only, but it's only $3 a month to get on there. If you're looking for a place, we're putting up lists there. If you're looking for a place to go, you said you drove by the volcano and you see they're doing their work, their Super Bowl work.
Now I see the Paramount Mountain and I see the guy, I see what they're talking about.
Yeah. So, I mean, all this kind of stuff, there's going to be the traffic disruption and all of that. But, here's the reality. Anywhere you go, as a default, you just go to the nearest sports book or the nearest bar, and everyone's going to have the game on, and everyone's going to have specials, and everyone's going to have, there's going to be hoopla and people yelling and screaming. I mean, you just can't go wrong.
Now, there are going to be a lot of different places where you have an option for, unlimited drinking and, food, but you're probably going to have to pay anywhere from $100 to $300 to get into these parties, these Super Bowl parties.
Yeah, we're looking around right now to see if there's any bargain-like things there. And whatever we do, we'll put them up on that blog. And, if we're able, we're talking about doing a live stream next Friday, right?
Yeah.
Before this. And if we find something really good, we'll turn you on to it there.
Somebody said that in the comments, and we both said that's a great idea. So thank you for bringing it up, and we agree.
Yeah. And we'll, if we get something, if we're able to do it Friday and we get something good, we'll let you know.
And the next question actually also comes to us from the comments, and it's in regards to the Palms Buffet coupon in the Member Rewards Online. The question is, in Member Rewards Online, the Palm Buffet coupon says it must be redeemed within 30 days. What does that mean?
Okay, yeah, we've had some people going, I don't get it. 30 days from what? From when I sign up, from whatever. No, this is, last year was in the Member Rewards book. This year it's a Member Rewards Online, which means you have to download it. It's programmed so you can only download it one time.
Okay.
When you download it, it will print a date, and it's 30 days from that date.
Okay.
All right, so why do we have a date on there? The reason we have is because otherwise it's easier to counterfeit and things, and people can pass it around to their friends and all. And if they've got all year to do it, they can do it over and over and over again.
And this is also one of the best coupons in the book.
It really is. I mean, if you use it for the lobster buffet, it's $65 saving.
Great.
Super strong. And so it will be a date stamp thing. You have 30 days to use it, so you want to make sure that you don't use that thing, print it out and hold it if you're coming in 2 months, because it's going to be invalidated then.
Okay.
All right? But yeah, it's a great deal. You download it. There's a few things on there that kind of protect the Palms, from it being passed around to other people and make it difficult to counterfeit, and the date stamp is one of them.
Okay.
All right, so 30 days from the download, that's what it is.
So the other night, Anthony told me you're sitting there watching TV. You see a TV show on Discovery Channel called Hustlers, Gamblers, Crooks, and then you see your buddy Richard Munchkin.
Yeah, I was flipping channels.
Yeah.
And I see the name of it right on the thing. It says Hustlers, Gamblers, Crooks. I go, well, I got to look at that.
Yeah.
Right? And I click it on, and it wasn't Munchkin. It was a guy named Daryl Purpose.
Oh, okay.
All right? And Daryl is a friend of mine. Daryl's a member of the Blackjack Hall of Fame.
Right.
And then he starts talking about his friend, Munchkin.
Okay.
All right, so you're right.
In
But I saw
some way,
Daryl
yeah.
first. So I'm like, what is this show? I've never. And so I watched the show. I mean, I came in the middle, so I didn't see it all. I'll see a rerun or something. But I'm watching it, and I call Munchkin the next day. I go, what is this show? What's going on? He goes, yeah, this is this new show that Discovery's doing, and apparently it runs on Monday nights at 10 o'clock here, so probably maybe 10 o'clock across the country. And they've gotten. It looks like they're pretty, linked in because Daryl Purpose is not a guy that everybody would know about. And Daryl was on there talking about something that he and Munchkin had done. I think it was a computer play they were doing where they were counting with their feet.
Okay.
And getting perfect plays and whatever. And then there was another one after that about a pool shark, and then there was another one after that about a bookie.
Okay.
So I just wanted to bring this to the attention of the audience here, that there's a show like this on Discovery. Yeah. I found it fascinating. And, of course, I know these guys, so it's fun for me to hear it. I knew about the play and everything else, but I think you'll learn some things.
Okay.
It looks like it was very well done. They kind of go back in history. They use actors to portray them when they were younger.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So they got a guy who's playing Daryl, a guy who's playing Munchkin. It's kind of strange to watch.
That's funny.
But, it looks like a really good show, Hustlers, Gamblers, Crooks, and it's an ongoing series on Discovery.
And now for this week's question of the week. It says, I love the show, but I have a question that I'm hoping you will answer. Generally, I'm a slot player, but recently discovered that I like playing video poker. The problem is that I'm a novice player, and I don't know which games to play to maximize my fun, my learning, and hopefully my winnings. What do you have to say, Anthony?
Okay, so here we are in this again. Beginner video poker player.
Yep.
And first of all, look, you made the first good step. You're graduating from slots to video poker, and there's no doubt that video poker is a better game to play.
So you're saying just by doing that, you're going to lose less over the course?
You almost certainly will. I mean, video poker is, first of all, it's slower than slots because you're sitting there, especially if you're a beginner, you're trying to figure out what you're going to play, you're thinking about it, so it's slower. But the house edge, you're going to play poker, video poker fairly well intuitively, because everyone understands poker to some degree, and you're going to be playing at edges of, 3 to 6% even as a beginner, as opposed to double that on slots.
Right.
So it's a great start right off the bat. All right. So a couple of things to answer your question directly. Your default right now, when you don't even know what you're doing, look for the game bonus poker. All right. Now, everybody wants to play the other games with the bigger jackpots and all. Things like double bonus or double bonus or triple bonus or, whatever. Bonus poker, almost in most places, bonus poker will be the best game that you can find.
The best pay schedule.
The best pay schedule, it will have the lowest house edge, especially if you're in bars. Bonus poker is almost always the default you go to immediately. My friends, when I talk to them, I say, I found a new bar, they got a good deal. They go, what's the best game? Bonus? They just assume. And I'll go, no, it's not. They got a deuces game there that's better. Or they've got a, bonus poker deluxe that's better. But for the most part, bonus poker is going to be the one. All right? So that's number one. Two is the things we've talked about over and over again. I mean, there's two names. I mean, there's a lot of good video poker experts out there, a lot of good information, but there's two names, Bob Dancer and Gene Scott.
Right. Those are the two best in the business.
Yeah. So you want to read the books. Bob Dancer's done a couple of books, $1 Million Video Poker for the Intelligent Beginner. Gene Scott has done Frugal Video Poker and her Frugal Gambling series. Frugal Gambler, More Frugal Gambler, that sort of thing. Frugal Gambler, Casino Guide. All of these books have great information about video poker. But also, Bob Dancer has the strategy cards. I mean, those strategy cards, you almost can't do better. So have those cards in your pocket, be able to, consult them when you play. Gene Scott has the video poker scouting guide, which allows you to look at and see what different schedules pay. So it's going to take a while to learn and how to read a schedule and everything else, but those are your go-tos.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, maybe play with somebody who is already an experienced video poker player. And I'm speaking from experience because I got a lot better playing with you over the last few years.
That'll help you a lot.
I'll sit next to Anthony and I'll say, what do I do? What do I hold?
Right.
And I'll say what I think is the hold versus what the actual correct hold is. And then we'll have a little argument because sometimes I want to not do the right thing.
And I go ahead and do the not right thing. It'll cost you money. If you want to pay more, then go ahead and do it. It makes you feel better.
That's right.
But I'll look over his shoulder and go, no. What you just did is wrong. You don't keep the ace on the 10. You keep the ace alone.
That's right. Little nuance.
Right, and you will then begin to absorb it. The best of all is the video poker tutor program, but there aren't any good ones out there right now that I could recommend. We're looking around. And the last thing, if you're a LVA subscriber, we have something in every issue of the newsletter monthly called Video Poker Lost and Found. And there we talk about what we found recently, and we point you to good plays that we find.
Okay. And then the other thing that I would also say is that, you're asking about how to maximize your fun. It's just fun playing the game. The more you play, the more you're going to learn. And for me, the whole thing is fun.
Well, a lot of people have a lot of fun playing slots too.
Yeah.
But I think that most people want to have more control. So when you play video poker, you have more control because your decisions matter.
That's right.
And in slots, really, your decisions don't matter. You push the button and that's it. It's done. Or if sometimes you get to pull a handle.
Right.
But I mean, in video poker, there's consequences for just about every move you make, and a lot of people prefer that.
Also, something you mentioned earlier is speed, and I didn't even really think about that because I know that sometimes when I'm at that slot machine, I can push the button, and then something kind of takes over, and you go, "Where's the bonus?" And you just start, and that's not good.
Yeah, video poker is basically overall video poker would be a slower game, and that's what you look for when you're not an expert and you're playing with a casino edge against you. You want it to play as least fast as possible.
And speaking of video poker, here is our jackpot of the week from LVA subscriber Ruth K. She says, I was using the Las Vegas Advisor coupon, and I got a royal flush along the way. Thank you, Anthony.
Well, there you go. That's just short and sweet, right?
There you go. Yeah,
short and sweet. Here's what I got. Thanks.
Yeah.
So, okay, she's playing nickels.
And it's a small but mighty. Yeah.
Yeah, small but mighty. That's what you said. Small but mighty. But she got, she hit the royal. What's interesting, all right, first of all, she's playing 9-5 double-double bonus.
Okay.
All right, that's 97.87, so let's call it, almost 98%.
That's a really good double-double bonus
nickels,
game. Yeah.
For nickels, it's good. Now, why is she playing this good nickel game? Where did she find that? Well, she found it at the Rainbow Club in Henderson.
Yep.
And she had gone down there to play. What's cool about it is she was playing the LVA coupons for the Rainbow Club and probably for the next door, the neighboring Emerald Island.
Yep.
So I know exactly what she was doing. She was playing if she earns 200 points at the Rainbow, she gets a spin on their wheel.
Okay.
And that's usually that's reserved for their top customers and, their promotions there. But they give us that deal. There's also another similar one, 100 points, and you get a spin at Emerald Island. The spin, the expected value on the spin is $21.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So your average win on the spin is going to be $21 at Rainbow and $16 at Emerald Island. So just by driving down there, you're getting like $37 in expected value for playing. And they've got all of these like penny and nickel games. This is the best penny casino in the world that I know of is Emerald Island.
Okay.
And Rainbow's similar with their nickel games and things like that. So it's a really good play. Go down there, earn your points, get your spin. And both of them have 2-for-1 entree specials too. They both have excellent restaurants, and you get a 2 for there.
Yeah, sounds like a really nice way to spend a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I think it's cool, and it's really great when we hear people go, "I was playing the coupon and I hit the royal." That's great. That's so hot, man. I dig it.
That's very gratifying. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I am going to try to post a few more of those little short YouTube, video poker things that I've been posting. So thank you for your comments on that. And anything to add, Anthony?
Just that we might, be alert. We might do that live stream on Friday.
Yeah.
And that would be a Super Bowl thing. And then one more to mark your calendars with. February 29th, Leap Day.
Yeah.
We're going to shoot live again. We're going to have a Friday beers, even though that's a Thursday.
Okay.
And instead of leap year, we're going to call it Leap Beers.
All right. So it's some leap year beer.
That's going to be at the Downtown Grand. Again, I hope hope they got everything cleaned up there in terms of the union. I'm sure they will by then. But Leap Beers on February 29th.